Hey, you guys, we are live. We're going to give it a couple minutes to make sure everybody get the notification so they can get in here.
Yep, I'm waiting for mine.
Listen, I know you got a lot to say too. There it is. I see that I just got the notification. So folks should start rolling up in here.
Well, will not take long. Like I get amazed by like how like within 5 minutes it's like 40 people.
They are really enjoying the content. And I look at that. There's Keita. Hey, good evening, Keita. Bobby.
See, all the usual suspects. Hi, everybody.
We got your girl Bree. I know they be like, "Where's Bree?"
Oh, I'm here, guys. Oh, all the Sophies. Hi, everybody. Hi, Melissa. Yes, hit the like button on your way in. Thank you, Melissa.
I appreciate you. Ooh, Lord. Marcus, he said, "What's up? What's up? Just got the notification. How's everybody? You called me while making dinner. Hey, Marcus, what you cooking?
Mm-hmm.
Tell
And
us
why
what's
did
on the menu. Go ahead, Bree.
and why can't we get any? Like, what's like?
How you gonna come in here announcing plates? Where the plates at?
Let's see here. Indigo Blue, Miss Beachy. Hi, guys. Hi, everybody.
How many people we got so far?
Almost 20 in
Okay.
less than 60 seconds.
Okay. Okay,
They were
dokie.
ready.
Yes, they are. All
I
right.
had to, I got a lot to say, especially with this Y&R episode. I'm really confused with the direction they want to go in with these people.
Mm-hmm. She said maybe we'll get a Hope, Liam, and Ivy triangle. I don't know. You want a Hope, Liam, and Ivy triangle?
Well, Liam has to want hope still.
Yeah. Because remember, he said today he on Steffi's side. So.
Oh, meatloaf and mashed potatoes. Nice. Like, next time, invite us so we can eat with you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, where we at now?
We are at 18. Everyone's still trickling in.
I usually like to get started when we hit 20. Yeah, hit the like button. That's right, Bobby. Tell him. Hit that like button. Hit that like button.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. Your notification is working. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. I don't want to wait too long. Usually. I had a double cheeseburger with french fries, homemade. Oh,
Ooh,
wow.
I love homemade french fries. I make mine homemade as well. It's the best. It's sometimes better than store bought. Like, I always get potatoes, sweet potatoes, make my
Mm-hmm.
own
Ooh,
fries.
I
I think
love
I did
sweet
that
potato fries.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I
Okay.
love them.
We should be above 20 by now, right?
25.
Okay, let's go. All right, welcome you guys to the midweek chat. Yay! And
Yay!
wait a minute. Where's my sound effects board? I have an applause on there somewhere. But anyway, be able to use it one day. Um yeah, so we got Bree with us tonight, and for those that are usually here every Wednesday, we kind of touch bases with you guys, and Bree has a lot to say over the last 2-3 days. I know you guys hear me on the midday chat, the lunch chat, but we tend to catch up with the evening folks and get a chance to share some dialogue with you. So hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. All right, let me go ahead and bring up the optics for Y&R.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much we still had a little bit of drama with the Sharon situation. We're going to get more of that tomorrow. And we got that whole thing with Cole and Claire and Victor trying to tell somebody what to do and what not to do. And
And they're
then,
grown.
what you say?
And they're overly grown.
And they overly grown. You hear me? Um, what else? What else? What else? That was on Monday when Victoria and Cole had that conversation and talking about going out to Oxford, and we saw um Claire asked Kyle if he wanted to go with and all that type of good stuff. So, where you want to start, Bree? Hey,
We can
Melinda.
start there. We
Go
can
ahead.
actually start there.
Okay, go ahead.
At the beginning of the week,
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why Victoria is acting kind of brand new. Like, oh, I want to keep this a secret. I don't want anybody to know this. I mean, let's take this steady. I'm like, lady, you made a child with this man already.
Exactly.
Like, slow moving what? I mean, you got, once again, she's overly grown with grown children. Her daughter's almost 30.
Right. And she trying
Slow
to act.
moving what?
She was trying to pull a hope. What happened in that room need to stay in that room, and it didn't work out that way. So
Yeah, and it's just, it doesn't make sense, like, why she's doing it. She's got marriages underneath her belt, divorces underneath her belt. She's not new to this. She's true to this at this point. Just find a man and be happy, and at least he wants you. He actually wants you.
yeah, and I mean he seems like a genuinely nice guy. Contrary to what Victor says. I don't trust you. I don't know you. What have you been doing for 25 years? Well, we know, Victor, what you did in the last 6 months was to have Jordan in a jail cell with them stinking Brussels sprouts, which he was trying to save you from.
And he's still salty about
Girl.
all of that. They took his smells away. And this, like, what is Victor's issue? Why does he feel that he can dictate who his kids think? It's not even just Victoria. He did the same thing with Nick, same thing with Adam. He doesn't really do that too much with Abby because she's going to crash and burn a lot of her relationships anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, Victoria, like, let her be. Like, your granddaughter is almost 30 years old. This woman she knows how to make her own decisions at this point in her life.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So, yeah, I don't. It's like Victor. You need to chill out. I mean, and Cole come up in there and said it with his chest. First of all, he got put on notice. He went straight to that hotel. They slept together, and then he came right back over there and said, "You ain't gonna tell me what to do." And and Victor was like, "Oh, you don't think I can keep you from her?" And it's like, why? And he was talking about how this whole thing with Ashlyn Locke. I'm like, dude, you was the same one that gave the man your chateau to have them get married overseas. You did all that.
Right. And not to mention, Victor's not the virtue. This man has done so many things to his own wife, to his own children
Mm-hmm.
throughout the several decades. While he's asking about what Cole has done for 25 years, let's evaluate all Victor has done for 25 years.
Girl, it's always like, don't worry about what I'm doing, but what are you doing? That's his thing. You can't tell me about what I'm supposed to be doing, but I don't like what you're doing.
Oh, you can just sit there and not like it. And who are you? Who are you? Worry
Girl,
about your own woman. That's the reason why she ran to Jack in the first place. You so
exactly.
worried about what everybody else is doing.
Exactly. And then Vicky, I mean, not Vicky, Nikki, Miss Melody Thomas Scott, I liked her hair this week. She wore it straight. Did you see
And with
that?
the bangs.
Yeah, I'm like, look at Melody.
Yes. I'm like, okay. She's getting prepared for her CEO position that Lily's going to try to hand her. Try, but I don't think it's going to work. But
Girl, I mean, there's a part of me that's like, oof, this is going to be bad. But then there's the other part of me that's like, well, she get what she asked for.
exactly. And at least this is keeping her busy, and she's not breathing down Adam's neck about Newman Media.
Mm-hmm.
And at least her husband can keep close tabs on her this
Yeah.
go around.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Moving to another part of a storyline. We had this thing with Adam, Chelsea, and Connor. And Connor, of course, is all up in grown folks' business, which ugh, I can't. I just I can't stand that. But anyway, um, he was telling them, he wanted them to get back together, and then that's, of course, we saw Chelsea try to bake some homemade oatmeal cookies for Billy, and Billy turned around like, I don't want them doggone cookies. He gave them to Phyllis. what
I'm
you
like,
what you think about that whole thing?
I mean, well, I love cookies, so I don't think I would give them away, but I don't understand Chelsea's motive at this point. If that man has sit there and said that he is done, and he even took the L for her in front of her son and said it was his fault,
Mm-hmm.
leave this man alone.
Right.
That
Let him go.
why are you, yeah, like you're going to his office the same day and say like, oh, I wanted to thank you for doing it. Well, you knew he was going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So you showing up with some cookies is not going to help him. You served up your cookies to Adam, and he can't get over that, so he left you.
Mm-hmm. How many people in the chat and how many likes we got, girl?
Let's see, we got 41 in the chat, and we got 19 likes.
Okay. Yeah, let's get the likes up, you guys. Support the channel. I know I say it a lot, but look like I have to.
No, we appreciate you guys. Just hit the
Yeah.
like button.
Um,
We have some fun with us.
Gail Lewis said that Claire was being nosy all up in her parents' business.
Yes, I noticed that too. She's trying to ask her daddy what his intentions were. Like, girl, they made you. What other end game could there possibly be? They had you, and so they get married, they get together. Like, it wouldn't be a surprise. I mean, the other result with them having a child, well, you're here, so.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand. I don't get why she did that. I'm like, girl, leave it alone. First you say like, oh, I don't want the details, and then you want to get the details. And then with Connor, I understand why he's asking the questions he is, because his parents have been like kind of walking on eggshells because they don't want to trigger his OCD, which I understand. But this boy keeps repeating and saying that, I think I can handle it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he senses that whatever Billy said was a lie. But more importantly, that boy was actually kind of happy. He's like, well, I like Sally and I like Billy, but you and Dad just have this dynamic connection. I'm like, boy, if only you knew.
Exactly.
Years prior.
I mean, this is the same woman that tried to put your daddy in jail, trying to poison somebody to set him up. So yeah, them two are toxic together. I hope that they do not put Chelsea and not Chelsea, Chelsea and Adam back together. I hope they don't. I really do.
I'm hoping something tells me this is going to move very slowly to them getting back together. I think that might be the actual end game.
Mm-hmm.
But same way Kyle and Summer is each other's end game. But I think that she's going to keep trying to go after Billy.
Mm-hmm.
And Adam's going to try to fight for Sally. But I'm just hoping there's some wiggle room for Audra, since, they just work in a company. And
I'm hoping that they listening, because I want that to happen.
I mean, there's room for opportunity. He's single as a dollar bill, and Audra doesn't care about Nate whatsoever, and she lets him know each and every episode they have together.
Yeah, but they gotta get Nate out the way. Nate, I mean, maybe he'd be like, what, I want a relationship and you don't want something serious. Let me just move on. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I would hope it would go that route so we can free Nate.
Right. See? Now you're thinking like me. See? I told you this was not good from the get-go.
The only reason I want that to happen is because I want them to move her over to Adam.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And I want Nate to move over to somebody who actually wants a relationship, who actually will be hot and spicy and, be decent for Nate for once.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just don't want them to put Adam and Chelsea. I really don't. And with Connor trying to match make this situation, and they had them sleep together in Baltimore and gave us a full on scene. What that tells me is that, like you say, even if it's a slow burn, they're probably going that direction.
Yeah.
Which I'm not
slowly but surely.
Mm-hmm.
And at least, Connor will be the only person who'll get what he wants.
Yeah. That's about it. Then we also we got to talk about a little bit further because we kind of touched on it. I am loving this hire by Billy Abbott by hiring Phyllis to be the new COO.
Me too. They like peanut butter and jelly. They are, I don't know what it is, but they have, the actors, have mm-hmm. great chemistry with each other. I don't think we really seen too many scenes with Jason and Michelle, mm-hmm. but they have incredible chemistry. Writers, do not put these two together romantically. Please do not do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't put them together. I just want to take down Lily and Victor. Yes,
and she's the right person to do it because she's her and Billy are kind of one and the same to some degree.
Mm-hmm.
They're both very simple.
Vicky said, "Move Nate to her for her 62nd birthday."
Girl, see, you actually want Nate, whereas Audra does not. So, girl, get your man.
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
And when is your birthday?
November 2nd.
Okay, see, right around the corner. See, perfect timing. Go get your man from Audra.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, listen, you guys, for those that have not seen Thursday's episode of The Young and the Restless, it is awesome.
Yes, it is.
It is great. I don't care about the Sharon scenes. It's that no shots to Sharon Case. Her anniversary is coming up next week, 30 years. But the storyline, I'm just over it.
Me too. And the fact she was clinically dumb in that whole episode, I was like, girl.
Yeah,
And Cameron was calling her out on every stupid decision that she
But remember,
it's a good episode.
Cameron is her own opposite side of her mind, so she's having an internal conflict in her brain.
Yep, and it shows. She's pretty much. I don't know if I would say it's like DID, dissociative, but. Whatever, because does bipolar act this way? Does the condition do this type of thing where you are splitting the mind like that? I honestly think it's the fact that she's not on her medicine. I think whatever happens to the brain chemicals being altered, and when you're so used to medication and suppressing maybe a part of your brain so you can, live a functioning life, mm-hmm. being without it, I can only imagine that, sparks some different things in your head. But I think Nick was right that they need to get a hold of the doctor and that she needs to kind of level out with the right medication, because this is how it all started. They put her on a medication that made her feel off. Mm-hmm. And to the point where she chose to be off her meds was a stupid decision. Mm-hmm. And they all knew this.
Mm-hmm. And that's the other part of this storyline that sucks, too, is the family.
Yes.
If anybody should be able to do something, it's Mariah. He's the ex-husband. So it's not like yes, they're still friends, but can he maneuver like he would want to if he was like her husband. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to stuff like that.
Right. And my issue with this is this woman sat in her living room with Mariah, Faith, and Nick, and she told them, yeah, I'm going to be off of my meds. I actually want to feel how I'm feeling and get through it that way. So I don't understand why there's even a question in their mind about if she's stable, is she taking her meds, is she this, can she handle that? Clearly, if you guys are having all these secretive meetings, you don't trust how this woman is moving through Genoa City
Yeah,
and her daily life.
exactly. And my thing is that it's like they're afraid. They want to walk on eggshells because they're afraid that if they just come out and say it, I need to put you in Fairview, or if you don't do it, I will. That they're going to upset her. But you got to do something because the way Sharon is moving, she's trying to do something to Daniel.
Exactly. And I don't know why they're so scared. She's not new to Fairview.
Yeah, I guess they don't think she wants to go and they don't want to upset her. But the problem with that is that if she turns out to really hurt somebody, then y'all going to be saying, man, we should have moved on this quicker.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And that makes me worried for the Daniel character, particularly the actor, and how long he's going to be on the show.
Yeah,
because a lot of that is up in the air.
Yeah, that's a good question. And so that same scene, that's the second picture on the right side when they had that conversation, Daniel could tell that something was off with her.
Yep.
And then when Nicholas came in there, and he even said, yeah, she was playing nice, but part of her voice sounded like a dark edge to it.
Yeah. It didn't sound genuine. It sounded very forced. And even poor Esther, she can sense a lot of that too. Sharon is not fooling anybody.
But the problem is, everybody's afraid to say something. That's the thing. I mean, the only person I can think of that actually called this out was Phyllis and Heather. Phyllis told Nicholas, you might have to do something about this girl. She needs to go back to Fairview. She said it. She's the only one that said it. And I mean, as much as Phyllis do some crazy things, what I gotta say about Phyllis, she'll give it to you straight.
Yes, I completely agree with that. And on top of that, didn't Victor and Nikki witness to how she was acting?
You know, Victor won't hurt. He ain't gonna. He just like, yeah, go fall on your face.
Yeah, but enough people throughout Genoa City can see that this woman is off. And something is not right. And her family is making pretty much everyone tiptoe around her. And it's so stupid that they're dragging this out. And I'm like, if the end game is to unalive Daniel, okay, fine. But like, if it's not, and she's not going to follow through with it, then get this woman his meds and stop putting this character through this.
Yeah, from what I understand, it should be coming to a head next week, which I'm okay with that. I'm more ready to focus on this battle of Abbott Chancellor more than anything. Out of all of the storylines I'm looking forward to is this one with Billy and Phyllis, and the downfall of Lily. And hopefully Billy and Phyllis can get one up on Victor. Now Jill is on her way back too. So
I can't wait to get her thoughts on the new co-CEO or COO.
Well, here's the thing. If they can acquire that Odyssey 7 deal, because right now it's up in the air because Victor has the power to maneuver things. If they can get that back in good graces, I think Jill would be happy if they can save the company. She don't care who does it. You know what I mean? Even if it's her, meaning Phyllis in second in command, because there's no way she's going to see Lily in the same light that she used to.
Yes, especially when Billy tells her what Lily's been up to, and how she is using this as a form of revenge, and felt that she wanted to take over Chancellor, even though she has no family ties to that company.
Mm-mm. She should have just took her money, and she was getting a multi-million-dollar severance package. I don't understand.
Yeah, that makes no sense. And that further makes it feels like for me like corporate espionage, because you didn't accept the terms. So technically you're still an employee over there.
Mm-hmm.
You're just trying to slow move your way and trying to get Billy out. But your issue, and like her issue, is with Jill, to be honest, because Jill handed Billy that power. So whatever he decided to do with that company, as his CEO or the person up underneath Billy, Lily had to follow those instructions or be put out. He was in the right to fire her.
Yeah, LaShanta said Lily been got the big head.
Yes. Lily been catching a lot of L's. She came back into town in January, got cheated on, and then she looked foolish trying to start a whole lawsuit with Daniel over a megasphere, because she got in her feelings, and now she's trying to act like, oh, I'm going to get my lawyers and try to fight for what's rightfully mine. I'm like, girl, yes. You have no place, no stake. If this was chance, then I can see it.
Right.
Without 100%, I can see it. Mm-hmm. You, in tomorrow's episode, her family gives her a dose of reality.
Girl, and then she don't want to listen to nobody. She don't want to listen to nobody. And I'm sitting up there and I'm like, well, you gonna wish you had to listen to your family. They still got the door open for her over there. And they're telling her, come work with your family. She don't want to. And if I was Devon or Nate, I'd be giving her the side eye. Like, why are you fighting so hard for something over there that's almost unattainable when you can come right over here and work with your family? What's the problem?
And then she got in her feelings in tomorrow's episode. Like, you don't trust me? You don't think I can do this? I'm like, okay, Summer. Okay. You need to be coddled. I see.
But I gotta give kudos to Y&R for this dialogue between Billy and Phyllis. Loves it. Love it, love it, love it.
Me too. But once again, writers, producers, do not put them together romantically.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. I'm trying to think of anything else that happened this week. That was pretty much it so far, from Monday through Wednesday, right?
Yeah. Oh, and Victoria stepped in.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about it. I was going to touch on that real quick. So, I don't see, like, how... So, she wants to basically just hand this man money.
Mm-hmm.
And thinking it's going to change things. And I'm like, the look on Victor's face, too, is like, you want me to give my money to Billy and I'm trying to get him out of the company? I don't understand Victoria's logic, and it makes me wonder if she's going to end up helping Billy.
Yeah, that goes into that Friday spoiler of the September 20th, where Victor loses it with her. Because I'm thinking maybe she going to tell or say something or do something, maybe even present that offer or something. Who knows? But whatever it is, it's supposed to go down between him and Victoria real hard on Friday.
I don't know. I can't wait for that episode, but it looks like Billy and Phyllis, they gonna stick around over at Chancellor. I don't get the feeling that Victor's gonna get the company, at least not right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, the thing is, I understand where Victoria is coming from, because there's these kids involved, and if Billy, Billy has a history that when he hits rock bottom, he spirals out of control. And Victoria was first, she was the first hand witness when she was the one in that cabin to break him from the DID storyline he did. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
And so she knows where Billy can go to some dark places, and she don't want her children to, see that happen at the hands of their own grandfather.
But that's the thing about Victoria. She's talking on both sides of her neck because prior to that, when she and Nikki were having a discussion about Nikki taking over that CEO position, she was all for it. She's like, okay, well, my kids are Newmans. They're going to understand.
Yeah, I think she had second thoughts, though. I mean, because in the beginning it was all fun and games and exciting, and who knows, maybe Victoria didn't think that they were going to actually pull this thing through. But this thing is getting out of control, and with Lily now being a part of it because they had a little bit of back and forth last week, she's probably like, yeah, I don't know about this. You know what I'm saying? And these kids. So, I mean, people can change their mind. I think she having second thoughts.
I'm thinking she's having second thoughts about a lot of things. I'm curious to see the direction for Victoria and Billy. Because if she starts to try to help this man out and save him going against her father, that makes me wonder some things.
You know what I would like to see? If Victor is so pissed off, and let's just, because I've been doing flip the scripts on my own throughout the week. I don't know if you noticed that.
Yes, I have. I'm like, okay.
So, what if the writers could do something like this? Say Victor is so pissed off, he pushes Victoria out, or at least pushes her to the background because of whatever she did with Billy, right? What if they wrote where Victoria feels beholden to Billy in some way and have her go and be co-CEO with him over there, with Phyllis being COO? Could you imagine the slap in the face that would be for Victor? Because he wants that job for Nikki. And if Billy, she turns and say, my dad kicked me to the curb. He was mad that I helped you. You know what? Let me help you get this business off the ground. I can help you beat my father.
Or she could buy it out and Billy ends up working for her. Like it could, because she got the funds, she got the money to do it. But I do agree with you. She's going to go against her father in some capacity because Victor don't like his plans derailed whatsoever. So I can definitely see that happening. But even throughout those plans, Lily is not a non-factor. Girl. She got no job.
Girl, listen, Lily is going to be at the bottom of this whole totem pole. There's so many people in line ahead of her trying to get that seat.
And Devon let her know. I was so proud of him. I was shocked. I had to rewind that scene again, but he made me, I was like, tell your sister, yes. Let her know.
I'm looking at Devon with a side eye. And I know Abby is on the outskirts of the Newman family, but that didn't stop him before when dealing with Chance. So I'm like, yeah, you trying to tell Lily, you Victor? Oh, no. And I'm like, dude, you about to marry in the family. What you think gonna happen? He already called a favor into you to go tell her what to do.
Yep, exactly. But I don't know. Maybe this is a one-off for Devon, but either which way, I'm taking it. I was not expecting him to say that. I thought he was about to give Victor all the praise and the glory and kiss his feet as he walks. But no, he kept it real with his sister. I was like, wow.
I mean, but it's the smartest thing to do. And even and I know we kind of, for those that may not know what we're referring to, we kind of got a glance ahead at the September 19th episode. But Nate was like, look, I've been on the inside of that chaos. I know what it looked like. He'd been in there twice, both with Abby and then with Victoria.
Yep, exactly. and they tried. Well, they both like affected his credibility because Nate almost lost his medical license,
Mm-hmm.
and then Nate was had to deal with the credibility of his in the business world, and had to basically crawl back over to his family.
Mm-hmm.
Dealing with the Newmans affects a lot, and if Lily doesn't get the lesson, that's on her. Devon, he's about to get the lesson all on his own, dealing with Victor's children.
But you know what, girl? Here's the crazy thing is, I don't want to. What are you so far in your ego that you don't even realize that? And they kind of mention this tomorrow as well. The crap that he do to his own family.
Yep.
Why do you think his kids sued him for $500 million
each?
Exactly. I mean, Victor was the same man that had his daughter arrested on her wedding day.
Yes, I was going to bring that up earlier. Yes, he sure did. This man is incredibly ruthless to his own child. Even the things that he said to Nikki, to Ashley over the years, and all his other ex-wives.
Maybe she need to go have a conversation with Adam.
See that. No, actually, no. We're not going to give Lily any more handouts, especially since she's being disrespectful to her own family. No, we're going to let her fall flat on her face, and then crawl back to her brother.
Girl, it's going to be, and whew, Lord, yeah, it's going to be bad. It's gonna be bad. Because the way she was huffing and puffing and talking about our families always dealt well with each other. And I'm like, do you remember that Neil left and made his own company because he wanted to break away from Victor?
And because he didn't feel appreciated, he didn't feel he was valued at that company, because Victor put his children above anybody else, his family above anybody else. Girl, so Neil left.
I can't believe.
And he was Harvard business qualified and everything too, like Adam.
Yeah, I can't believe. I can't believe that came out of her mouth. That was just as crazy as when we heard last week Nikki telling Lauren, "I don't think Victor would do anything unethical," and I'm like.
You've been with this man. Didn't she celebrate a 40th anniversary? Come on now, lady. Oh. You know this man like the back of your hand by now.
Oh my God. It's like Victor Newman. That's one thing about Victor Newman. He's consistent. He's been the same type of person for the 4 or 5 decades almost that he's been around on this show. Nothing's changed. And for people to act brand new, like it's going to be different with me. It's like, are you smoking something? Why you been drinking?
Like, are you off your meds?
Right.
Like, it's I don't know. They give that man the benefit of the doubt way too much. Way too much.
I mean,
except for Phyllis.
Audra did the same thing. She thought it was going to be a better road by kicking Tucker to the curb and getting in bed in business with Victor.
And now her stupid, clinically dumb behind has to fight for her job. Not ownership, but her job that she has no stake in.
No.
Because she thought she was outsmarting Victor and everybody else in her way. Lily gonna get the same exact treatment.
Yep. So I know she'd probably be like, dang, maybe I should have took that company outright from Tucker. Because he was about to hand that company to her clear and free on a silver platter. And she wanted to win by signing up with Victor. Don't give me nothing for free. I want to know that I beat you. Well, guess what? Victor is about to beat you in business.
And then where's she gonna go?
In the same unemployment, in the same unemployment line with Lily.
See, this maybe they might become friends.
Who knows? All right, girl. We covered everything.
Yes.
Okay, let's move on to bold. Ooh, I'm.
This mess right here.
All right, I'm gonna let you rant because I know you got a lot to say. So I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna let you go for it, girl.
I don't even know where to begin. We're gonna start with Steffi's decision.
Okay.
Now, yeah, because I know because
Wait.
I
Hold on before you get started. How many people in the chat and how many likes we got?
we got 91 in the chat. We got 40 likes.
Okay, can we get it up to 60 likes in the chat? Please, pretty please, make sure you also subscribe to the channel. Please. Yes. Okay, go ahead. Now I'm gonna let Bree have the flow.
Okay. The beginning of this week started with Steffi's decision. Now, at first, I didn't agree with it. I'm like, girl, you had the opportunity to cancel this line. This is something I was looking forward to majority of the year. And you giving this girl a whole lifeline. But I got it now. I understand the whole leverage thing because she knows Hope is just a failure. She's just a failure in business. She's a failed 304. So if anything, she's going to just cancel herself out and fail herself. And Steffi would look like, hey, I gave her a shot. This is what she did. But she wants to test Hope and see if she's just like her mother. The irritating part is the fact that you got Brooke acting so offended when Steffi is calling out the very nature of her daughter. Like, look, the apple does not fall far from the tree, and she called it out. I do not understand why Brooke is huffing and puffing as soon as that picture in the top left, huffing and puffing like, oh, you can't get over this, Steffi. No, and why should I? I was thrilled for Steffi. Now, the part that I got upset with Tuesday's episode was Finn, because it started out pretty good at first, and I'm like, okay, he's remembering saving his wife. I'm like, okay, maybe I'm gonna be wrong about this episode. This man goes to El Giardino. For one, you can't cook. You can't order in. You just had to go where Sheila's place of business at, and he knew it was wrong. He had to call ahead. Then this man has a gall to be cheesing and saying hi and being happy and being like, oh, I wish you two women are going to be able to get along. You guys are beautiful, talented, strong, independent women. You guys should move past this. I want you all to get along. Excuse you. Didn't you just cuss this woman out a couple of weeks ago for being reckless and saying, oh, my wife was right. Like, I should have stayed away from you. You need to stay away from, don't ever do this to me again. No. Now, you all cheesing. We have to see all of your teeth. This smiling, this happy for whatever dang on reason. And then you decided to pop that little image of you, of yourself in that woman's head, because as soon as you walked off, she just fantasized, and you just gave this girl another chance to walk into that door thinking she has a dang on chance with you. Lost 200 points that day. Then he made it up with today's episode. I'm not sure you want to get into that.
No, go ahead. I want, because I've been talking all week, so go ahead. Oops, sorry.
He gained 25 points by standing up basically to Brooke and be like, look, you want me to help out your daughter? Well, actually, let me back up. This woman said, you need to stop thinking about the kiss. Like, why are you guys thinking about the kiss? And he's like, look, you showed up to my job. I wasn't thinking about this girl. You came to me. I'm moving on. I've been moved on. And she's like, okay, well, I think Steffi is trying to upend my daughter's life. Like, she saved her line. My wife gave her busy work to do, if anything. So she thought telling Finn about the quote unquote, I don't even call it blackmail. She just let it be known. Look, you stay away from my husband. You keep your job, plain and simple. the fact that he gained some cool points and said, look, I don't want to be in the middle of it. He went and he told his wife, and he said, look, I'm for you and the kids. He gained 25 points. So he went from losing 200 to gaining 25. So he needs to make up the other 175, and he'll be good with me.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done for now. Yeah.
Okay. I give her a round of applause because I knew she had a lot to say. She's been saying it in the lunchtime chat. Oh, I got a lot to say tomorrow night.
And I'm probably not done yet. Still.
Oh, I know you're not done yet. I mean, my issue is with Brooke, because for her to walk up in there knowing what Hope has been telling her for months, even in the past couple days or so, when they have their private chats, she's sitting up there telling Steffy, oh, why don't you just get over it? Let it go. And I'm like, Brooke, if the shoe was on the other foot and Hope was in Steffy's position, you would be raising all types of HE double hockey sticks. You know what I'm saying?
It's not that she has. Mm-hmm. Hope has played victim, especially when all the stuff that happened with Liam and how she felt wrong and how she felt Steffy was interfering, even though that man kept opening that door open for Steffy every time. Mm-hmm. She was always her daughter's savior, her bodyguard, because Hope can never seem to ever want to stand up for herself. Her mother always has to fight her battles. The shoe has always been on the other foot.
Yep.
But time has passed. That woman was happily married. She wasn't bothering Hope. Hope got in her feelings in regards to Thomas, and she got in her feelings about her clothing line that she's been failing on her own, and felt that it was all Steffy's fault. Mm-hmm. And let's keep in mind, last week, wasn't Hope the one saying that, oh, Steffy doesn't know how to treat Finn? Like, I can do better than him. Like he deserves better. That woman saved your line. And then she's mad about the conditions of her saving her line. The nerve, the entitlement. So she thought that like she should have no consequences whatsoever for her actions.
I know. Ugh. Now let me ask you a question, Bree. There was some folks across social media calling Steph insecure, that she had to go to that length to use Hope's line as leverage because of the situation going on where she is trying to keep Hope away from Finn. What do you think?
This is my question. Would they rather Steffy fire her and cancel the line? Because she would still be made to be an enemy then too. So at least this here is the lesser of two evils. The girl gets to keep her line, and she actually needs to focus on actually making sure it's a success. But there will always be a caveat, whether she had a line or not. You're going to stay away from my husband. So that makes me insecure. You can call it whatever you want to. It's going to be known, and she's going to have to abide by that. And that's just how it is.
Because I guess it's the length she went to. Because, honestly, they could have just been done with her. Carter and Ridge was ready for this to be over. Which is why when Steph said, you know what, no, we're going to keep her line, they was looking at her like, wait, what? You know what I'm saying? So it's like you had to go, and I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm not saying neither is right or wrong, but they're basically saying you're that insecure that you're, in order to keep this girl away from you, because is there a part of Steph that think that eventually Finn is going to flip? Because if you're solid that your husband ain't going nowhere, it's not going to matter what anybody do.
I think this is a test or better yet, this is to kind of prove Steffy right.
Mm-hmm.
I think, because I don't think she's worried whatsoever about her husband.
Mm-hmm.
I think she knows that the man is for her.
Mm-hmm.
She knows that the Logans can't help themselves, and I think she wants to prove her point. I think she knows that Steffi's not Steffi. I think Steffi knows that Hope is going to try to make a move on her husband again, because she's proven that she is reckless and she is selfish, and it's going to drive home that she's just like her mother, and she's going to be looking like, you know what? I tried to give you a chance. I was you would have thought that I was going to be the main one to cancel your line, but I was the one who gave you a lifeline, and you're going to do this to me again. There would be nothing would be disputed from that point, especially if Hope tried it again. So this was a test, and with her acting so entitled and so like, oh my God, I'm so sick of always having all these stipulations for me to save my line. Girl, you could have been without a line.
Yeah, I was surprised that we haven't had any slap downs yet.
Right, exactly. And that's my other thing too. People are saying that she's insecure, and I'm like, the girl could have lost her job and got slapped.
Yeah, like, did you hear that, Bree?
Yeah, I heard that. That girl could have gotten slapped and lost her job the same day, because Steffi still owed her one.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just the simple fact that this is to prove that she was right about Hope, and that she's just like her mother. And just like Brooke, she always wants to defend her daughter's action, even though she's the main one saying, like, you need to stay away from Finn. Stop having these fantasies. Stop thinking about him. Get it out of your mind. Okay. So, and that's what I'm not understanding with the people who are saying that Steffi's insecure. We know.
Uh-oh. Did we lose you, girl? Your phone went out. Can you hear?
Herself, and that
you kind of phased out, Bree.
I phased out?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me now, guys?
Yep, I can hear you.
Yeah. We knew prior to that meeting, Hope was saying that she could be a better woman than Steffi for Finn.
Mm-hmm.
So we shouldn't be surprised that Steffi had even gave that caveat. Like, look, you can keep your job, stay away from my husband. It is simple, clean and simple. Yeah. Keep your multi-million-dollar job or else, because technically speaking, Steffi still has that power.
Well,
and I don't blame her.
My thing is, even with all of these ultimatums or whatever, right? And them keeping the line is not doing well. I mean, so it's like, go fix your line and stop trying to worry about what's going on with Finn. That's what Hope needs to do. Exactly. I mean, because here's the other thing, Hope. Even if you stay away from Finn, your lines suck. So eventually your line is going to go, whether you deal with Finn or not.
Which is a win-win for Steffi.
Exactly.
So she won't be made to look like the bad guy, because if she were to cancel that line, Brooke would have been like, oh, it's you against the Logans. We knew that you were going to do this. And that would have been the whole thing, the campaign around the office, that Steffi was against Hope and Hope for the future, and that she always knew what she was going to do. So no, Steffi flipped it on everybody. Said, look, it's going to be up to Hope to either want to save her line and have hope for her future. And if she tries to go after my man again, she really won't have much of a future after that.
Exactly. Now, Liam, okay, so I don't know if you heard my flip yesterday at lunch about the fact that they need to create a scenario where Steffi and Liam is in the same room. They're bringing up this situation with Hope. And then Liam happened to bring up the kisses from last year because they're talking about this kiss between Hope and Finn. and somebody walk in and hear it, and boom. We had the prime opportunity in today's episode. It was almost like it was verbatim how I did it yesterday. They
Yeah.
they did show us the scene where Steffi rubbed his arm when Finn walked in that room.
Would have been a huge opportunity for them to do that. But I don't think if they were to talk about those kisses, Finn wouldn't hear those conversations. It would have to have been either Hope or even Sheila would have heard those conversations about those kisses, because Finn. And the thing is, if Finn were to hear about those kisses, I don't think he's going to ever leave Steffi. She put him in a worse predicament with that baby storyline.
I know, but I mean, if they want to create a drama, I mean, it's however they want to write it. If they wanted to create drama around it, because that man, even though I don't think, and some people were saying that he did tell Steffi about what happened in the dressing room. I don't remember that, but he did tell about the kiss at the party. She has not. She's been holding that, and I think if they wanted to make a big deal out of that part, I was honest with you, but you've been sitting on Liam kissing you twice for a whole year. You know what I mean?
They could do that, but the likelihood, I can't see that.
Yeah, I don't. They need. Why did you have them kiss? Why did they have that man kiss her twice? For what purpose? Once in Rome and once back here in L.A. And it's like, why did you do that, writers? For what? What was the purpose of it?
The reason why Liam thought he can get him where he can fit in. He thought he had both of those women in his back pocket. And when Hope stepped out and cheated on him with Thomas, he thought he went to his other backup, which is Steffi, and she didn't hopped herself out of his pocket and then moved on. And he had no other place to go except for sitting on his daddy's couch.
But I mean, for the purpose of us as the fans seeing it, why did you show us that man kissing her twice? Because eventually she's a married woman. He was still married because the divorce haven't happened yet, even though he was one toe out the door, it seems, after seeing, her kiss Thomas. But it was like, okay, he, like you said, on the soap side of it, I guess, like you was just saying about him hoping that he had both women. But I was like, okay, wait till these. Everybody was like, wait till these kisses come out. And it just never did.
Yeah, over a year and a half now.
July of 2023.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to come out. If it does, it would surprise me, but I don't think Finn would hear that. He would have to be told that, and then he would have to confront Steffi about that.
Well, I would love for him to walk right into it. Girl, let him walk up in there, and she got her arm on his hand, like, listen, we said we weren't going to talk about those kisses anymore. And he like, wait, what?
Yeah,
I would have loved that. That would have been explosive, I tell you.
I think the writers really want to keep these two together, which I'm surprised, because I'm like, soap couples are not around this long.
I don't know about that, Bree. Usually, okay, so after Liam left, there was a conversation that, of course, Finn brought up with Brooke showing up. And I was wondering how he was going to bring that up to her, right?
Me too.
And he did a good job with it. He like, look, yeah, guess who showed up at my job today? So he put it that way versus coming in the door saying, what is this about you holding Hope's line over her speaking to me? Then I think Steffi would have gave him the side eye on that one, but he approached it differently. But when he said, I'm here from you, nothing is ever going to come between us, in soap language, that usually means something is probably going to happen. Because Hope is supposed to try one more good time. The question is, how far is she going to go this time?
I mean, she already tried well, she failed. Let's be honest. She failed with the lingerie, and then she pretty much failed with the kiss because even after the fact, he's not daydreaming about her. He does not care about this woman romantically like that. And that was an issue I had with this man yesterday. Why are you giving this woman any hope? Why are you giving hope about a possibility with you? Saying that he cares about her, and he should have shut her down when she says, I think I care about you too much. He should have shut that down and be like, look, he should have been like, look, we shouldn't have any interactions together. We don't need to do this anymore. My wife already left, and then it resulted in her getting caught up in something, even though it was Steffi's own fault. But the reason why she left had to do with hope. Mm-hmm. So he, of all people, be like, look, we, whenever it's a family event, we'll bygones be bygones, we'll keep the peace. But I don't think I can have a friendship with you. He was acting all extra hopeful yesterday, but today he turned it around. That's why I said he got 25 points. I need to see him actually show a proven track record, especially after the episode yesterday. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But if she tries again, she would almost have to go after him and seduce him, unless she lands on information, like you said, about those kisses and wants to share it with Finn and then try to pursue him. It would have to be something that would be like a jolt for Finn, because he's locked in with his wife.
Yep. All right, we got to keep it moving. We did have, I guess, a filler scene with RJ and Finn, and he was checking in on his brother-in-law. I'm like, okay, that's cool.
I like how he summoned his brother-in-law to his job. Mm-hmm. Wasn't he just at Forrester?
Yeah.
Like he was probably in the design office. You made this boy go to your job, but I don't know. That was a cute scene. I am disappointed, writers and producers and Bradley Bell, that we did not get a scene where RJ saw Luna in jail.
I don't think we're going to get that.
That would have been a great opportunity, and he could really lay into her. And also, she could have also told him to his face.
Yeah. That would have been a good scene, though. That would have been a good scene, but, they miss a lot of opportunities.
Yes.
And then we also had the conversation between Brooke, Ridge, and Taylor in the design room, where Ridge was put on the spot because Brooke was like, if Steffi had said cancel the line, what would you do? And I'm like, what do you mean? What you saw his face? He was about to do it. He was the one surprised that Steffi said to keep the line. But
exactly. And if he were to do it, and
girl, she think that because she giving up the box, that he's gonna be like, you better say something. You better side with my daughter. I'm thinking to myself, like, this is business, Brooke. I mean, you're part of the executive team. This ain't let's keep your daughter's line to help save her feelings. They're running through money. They're using her line to help support Hope's line. That's not good business.
It really isn't. And the fact that she thinks that she can just hold that box over this man's head. That man has been in and out of that box for over 30-something years. He didn't dig the hole in it. He didn't engraved it. He's not stunting that box whatsoever. Mm-hmm. So, and plus, he's, like he said, he had to keep it about business. And Brooke can't deny those numbers. She even said, like, yeah, the numbers are pretty low. And
hold on a second. What's going here? Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
And she even knows that she had to help fund her daughter's line to keep it alive.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm confused as to why she even asked that man that. Like, of course he's going to do what's right for business.
Girl, he was doing that in front of she did that in front of Taylor. to say he would always, I don't care, in the end, he was going to always choose my daughter over yours. You know, and it's like, girl, stop. Just
Yeah.
stop. You know.
She is just a girlfriend.
Now
Even
I
if she
can't.
has wife privileges still.
Now I can't let Ridge slide by because we had a scene today with him and Taylor and all of that stuff that he's saying. This man is the king of being a mixed message waffler.
Mm-hmm.
Because half of that stuff he was saying with Taylor today after Eric took off, he wouldn't say that mess in front of Brooke if Brooke was standing there.
Yeah, he loves keeping his options open. Let me say that. This is the same man last week who was touching on Taylor's kneecaps and her hips and rubbing her back and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you couldn't do this in front of Brooke.
Nope.
And if you did, if he were to do that in front of Brooke, then hats off to him because he knows he has both of those women in his back pocket. Mm-hmm. Technically, he still does. Mm-hmm. But he's supposed to have like his precious Logan and that's the love of his life, but he's filling up on this woman and he's telling his other woman sweet nothings, and Rich has always has been known for that. Mm-hmm. So it didn't surprise me, but I don't like the fact that Taylor's allowing that.
Yeah, and I mean there's a lot of speculation on whether something's going on with her and why she's really here, because there was an interview that Rebecca Buddick did, and she said that the reason that she's not here is because of anything romantic. So even if Ridge tried to, play loose with being a waffler, then it's probably whatever the shocking secret that she's going to reveal on the reason why she came back to LA will hopefully maybe have him thinking twice, like, oh, wait a minute. You know what I mean? Instead of him doing the same old usual stuff.
After today's episode, I'm terrified. I really don't want anything to happen to Taylor. But the way that she was talking, and then she said she had a very important appointment over in Monte Carlo. I'm like,
Yeah, I heard that too. But I mean, it's interesting because they normally don't bring in a whole lot of new people at one time.
Yeah.
And because they got, and I don't know how long Ashley will be back. So just to, for those that might have seen it, I did a casting update where we got to meet Electra Forster. And then, of course, Ivy Forster returns. And so she's supposed to be the younger leading lady. So I guess as, you have the two storylines with the older ones, then she's supposed to come in and start this whole thing, I guess, in the younger generation. But if you bring in, I don't know how long Ivy's going to be back, but if she's going to be back for a while, and they're trying to balance the scales by adding Forsters to this mix, I don't know. What does that mean for Taylor? I hope that he didn't bring this woman back in order to just get rid of the character because of everything that's been happening over the past year. And everybody is like, where's Taylor? Where's Taylor? Where is she? Especially after Krista Allen and that whole debacle. So, I'm wondering if he's like, you know what? Screw it. Let me just end this all together. We'll bring a storyline in and do this, that, and the third, and boom, it's over. And I hope that's not the case.
I hope so too, but it wouldn't surprise me. And let's not forget, Taylor has had like 9 lives. She's just like Sheila. She had 9 lives because she's come back from unaliving a couple of times, and so if they do a particular storyline where it involves her health, that worries me. Because I don't know why they would hire Rebecca just to get rid of that character. I don't know why they would do that to the actress.
I mean, unless they threw on a short-term contract. If they say, listen, we want to just hire you because we need to, in this character, we'll give you a contract for this amount of time period just to play it out. Yeah, they would do it. She would be
Yeah.
considered, even though she's a legacy character, if they want to end this, he would do that. He said that in one of his articles. Every year he tries to take, and I can't say the other word, but he makes sure that somebody goes. So.
Yeah, that would devastate me because once again they're taking somebody away from Steffi, and I'm really hoping it's not a hell storyline. But why do they do this around like close to Christmas time? Because didn't they do this last year with Eric?
Right,
And
and
his
for
hell
November
storyline?
sweeps. Yep, for November sweeps.
So yeah, it's definitely going to be a hell storyline because isn't Bridget coming back too?
It's supposed to be next week on 27th, but some people were asking me, do you know what she's coming back for? Well, those spoilers will be coming out probably Friday for the week of the 23rd through the 27th.
Well, I mean, I might get my wish and we'll get more scenes between Bridget and Finn. And I can see him working to try to save his mother-in-law's life. And Bridget and Taylor have a very strong sort of connection. She became a doctor because of Taylor. So I don't know. I want if they're bringing Bridget back, I want to see that love triangle between Bridget, Finn, and Steffi. Give Steffi some new competition.
Yeah, the thing is, the fall spoilers are out, and we got the new man thing. We got the Ivy and Electra situation, and this whole storyline about what's going to happen to Taylor. So I don't. They could maybe if they did make a triangular situation out of that, that would be interesting. But will they do it? I don't know what the probability of that would be. You know what I mean? So
yeah, I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed though.
yeah. So I don't know. We're still trying to figure out who's going to be on the gates. I want that cast. I mean, the character lists are out. I want to know who the actual actor and actresses are going to be.
Right, B&B, they casted this little girl because didn't they have like a casting call for Electra?
Well,
Like
they disguised it. Well, I don't know if they disguised it or was it bloggers or whatever saying that it was somebody by the name of Brittany. But, so.
But even still, they casted this girl within a couple of weeks. The Gates have no excuse. They've had, ever since they got that announcement, they could have been casting. But they start filming, first week in November, something like that?
Yep, November.
So I need to see the cast list. I've been stalking MIDB to see, because they always post who the producers are, who the writers are, and if there's actors, how many episodes, everything. So
yeah, I just like TA said in the chat, I just don't want another health storyline. I mean, it's bad enough we dealing with. And I get it, there's awareness that needs to come to things, but Young and the Restless has been a string of mental health storylines. And then we just got over Eric coughing up blood and all that old craziness. I couldn't even have watched those scenes last fall. It was just too much. You know what I mean? So I hope that it's not that, but I'm not too, I don't know. We'll have to see.
I think if they go in that direction, if they always do this close to Christmas time, for a Christmas miracle or whatever brings the families together. And if Taylor has a health storyline, it might bring Thomas back.
Girl, at this point, I ain't been thinking about Thomas. I'm serious. I mean, because we thought, maybe he'll come back this month or whatever. That man, and they got that baby due in about another month or so. I don't know. If he do, it might be November sweeps or something.
They need something. This show, and I was talking about this in the group chat. This show has no villains. There's really no direction for anybody. Everybody's just happy, joy for the most part. So there's really nothing going on. And plus, they haven't talked about the contract either.
Nope.
So we're just assuming it's going to expire in March or April.
Yep. I guess we'll have to see. All right. Did we cover everything?
Yeah. Oh, one more quick thing. Liam needs to get a job.
Oh, Lord. Yes, he does. I agree.
At this point, he's daddy daycare. He's never at his job.
You are so funny. He's always elsewhere.
Elsewhere, but where his place of employment was. He spent there was like a couple of episodes where he was at El Giardino just eating, and I'm like, before that he's over at Finn's job. He at everybody else's job but his own. I just wanted to say that.
Well, you're true. You're telling the truth, girl. All right, we're going to end it there. Thank you, guys. Make sure on the way out that you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for the other chats and updates and standalone videos. I am T, and also we got
Bree.
And we will see you guys next time. Bye, Soapies.
Bye, Soapies.